Welcome to another episode of Quick Question with top producing Twin Cities Realtor Dave Oswald. Now, join Dave as he answers your questions about residential real estate.
Sometimes during a listing interview, a prospective client will ask me this question: what questions should I be asking a realtor that I haven't asked today? Well, that prompted me to think about that and put together a list of questions that I think you should ask me when you're interviewing me to list your home or any other realtor. And here's the 10, really quickly. Number 1, ask the realtor, how long have you been licensed? If they've only been in the business a short time, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it's kind of like getting a surgeon to do a surgery who's only done a few of them versus somebody that's been doing it for several years. Which would you rather have operating on you? Your home is an important asset. Experience matters. Number 2, is this your full-time occupation? Now that's a good question. Is this a part-time thing that they do? Or is it their full-time occupation? Are they fully vested in the sale of your real estate? Question number 3, what days and hours are you available? It's a fair question. Do you work 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week? When can I expect to reach you? Question number 4, how many transactions have you done in the last year? That'll tell you about their time in the business and also how practiced they are. And a kind of a follow-up question on that is, was your last year in the business, that production that you just told me about, was that more or less than the year before? In other words, are they growing their business or is their business in a decline? Question number 5, as a realtor, have you ever been involved in a dispute resolution process, i.e. litigation or arbitration or mediation? And if the answer to that is yes, if somebody has filed a complaint against that realtor, it's a fair question to ask them about the nature of that complaint. And what was the resolution? Question number 6, name 3 of your characteristics or skills that might separate you from other agents. Don't ask them about other agents. Don't let them tell you what they think their criticisms are of other agents. Make sure they tell you, what are your characteristics? What is it about Dave Oswald that separates me from other agents? What are my skills, particular skills? Everybody has a particular set of skills. Number 7, what is your direct communications policy? How often will I hear from you or your team? Is it reasonable to expect that you're going to hear from me or my assistant every week? Yes, it is. Find out what the communication policy is from that realtor. Just whenever you want me to call, I'll call is not a policy. Question number 8, who do I call when I can't reach you? Who is that person? Is that your assistant? Are you part of a team? Is there a senior realtor on your team? Should I be talking to your branch manager? When I can't reach you, who's your backup? Who's got your back when you're taking a day off or you're at the doctor's appointment or your kid's soccer game? I need to know. Question number 9 for a realtor, ask that realtor to explain their professional pricing policy. How do you price a home? Are you going to have a policy for your pricing when you're buying a home? How do you buy a home? Do you always come in low? I think the answer depends on the person and the market. But does that realtor have just a one-size-fits-all kind of pricing policy? It's a good question to ask. And then lastly, and this is valid, ask the realtor, or ask me if I'm sitting at your kitchen table, to provide you with the names and contact information of the last 3 transactions. Now, sometimes when people ask for references, what do you give them? You give them the people that love you the most, and that's great. But how about something more current, more contemporary, the last 3 transactions that you were involved in, and see to it if they fidget a little bit with that, that could be a bad sign. Make sure they give you a forthright answer to that. So there's 10 questions to ask a realtor. I think you'll be satisfied in your answers, and if you're not, you've got the wrong realtor. But I hope you'll call me. Buying and selling real estate is a big deal. Make sure you get the right realtor. Thanks again for joining me today. I'll look forward to having you see us on another Quick Question.
Have a quick question about residential real estate? Email it to us at quickquestion@daveoswaldhomes.com.